In this case, we are going to look at activity-based costing for Simpson Auto Parts. Activity-based costing is an overhead allocation technique, which is, of course, more precise, better than traditional costing system, has better way of allocating overhead and lesser cost distortions as compared to traditional costing system. But when you take decisions based upon the information provided by activity-based costing, that's when you're entering into activity-based management arena. So what exactly is activity-based management? Activity-based management is taking decisions based upon activity-based costing information. But this is a very simple way of defining that. You can take a lot of decisions in activity-based management. These could relate to cost cutting, could be differentiating between value adding and non-value adding, then cutting down on the non-value added activities. But over here, in this case, we are looking at a pricing decision based upon activity-based costing. Simpson Auto Part Company. That company is basically a manufacturing company, it's a seat manufacturing company. The company uses activity-based costing and the information is already being given to us for various activities. The activities are purchasing, assembling and packaging, and we have been giving this information about the different cost drivers. So for purchasing, the driver is number of purchase orders. For assembly, the driver is number of parts, and packaging, the driver is number of finished seats. And what is important to note over here is that instead of giving, in fact, this is a tricky part. Instead of giving us the cost pools and then the number of activities, the question directly gives to us that this is your allocation rate. Because there is no information regarding cost pools, there is no information related to various activities, but we have been directly given that this is your overhead allocation rate. For purchasing, allocation rate is 50 per purchase order. For assembling, this is your rate. So the rate which you have been calculating in earlier activity-based costing, it doesn't apply here because the information is directly given to you. And then some more information has been given to you that each auto part has 20 parts. We have been given information about direct material. Direct labor information is also given to us. And the case is that supposedly there is a company, Ford, over here, and they have asked the company SAP, which is a Simpson Auto Part company, to bid for 50,000 built-in baby seats. And for doing that, the company has to make a total of 200 purchase orders if the company Ford accepts SAP bid. So let's look at the requirement. Let's look at the requirements of the case. So the first thing it asks is, it asks us to calculate that what is the total cost. So we are required to find out the total cost for manufacturing these 50,000 baby seats, and we are required to calculate the per unit cost as well. And second part here, we are trying and set pricing based upon the activity-based costing system which the company already has. It says that the SAP adds a 30% markup to total cost. 30% markup, basically this is a strategy. This is called as cost plus markup approach. Cost plus markup approach, that means you take the cost of the company, the cost of the product, then you add the markup is being decided by the management, and then you find out the selling price. This is a very common pricing strategy the company uses. So here the company is saying that you have to use a markup of 30% to whatever cost you are calculating. And also what it says is, suppose that instead of ABC system, if the company is using traditional product costing system and allocates indirect cost other than the direct material and direct labor at a rate of 65 pound. So the rate which has been given to us, the company allocates its indirect cost at a rate of 65 per direct labor hour, and then company says that it requires 10,000 direct labor hours. So we are required to find out what is the total cost as per traditional product costing system. And in the fourth requirement, we are just required to compare activity-based costing, the cost, as well as the prices which are based upon activity-based costing, and compare it with traditional costing system or your traditional product costing system. And we also have to comment on whether this kind of decision which has been taken based upon traditional costing system or activity-based costing system is going to impact the bid price which the company has to provide to Ford. Let's start with our requirement number 1. So this requirement is simple. All we have to do is we have to calculate the total cost as per activity-based costing. We have been given the information of direct material. The direct material per unit is 1 pound, and the total number of seats we have to manufacture is 50,000 units, which is basically our seats, and total cost is 50,000. Similarly, we have direct material information, direct labor information is already given to us. So per unit direct labor information is 10 pound per unit, and we have to manufacture 50,000 seats. So it comes down to 500,000. Now looking at our activity based cost, which are your overhead. So purchasing, for this activity, the overhead allocation rate is already given to us, that is 50 pound per order, and we are required to place 200 orders in total for this entire 50,000 seats. That will cost us 10,000 in total. Second activity which we have is assembling. The overhead rate has been given to us is 0.50, but that is per part, and we need 20 parts for each seat. Part per seat, and we are preparing 50,000 seats. That comes to 500,000 here. Third activity which we have is packaging. So for packaging, again the overhead allocation rate is given to us, that is 1 per finished seat, and we are going to finish 50,000 seats. Total cost which we have for this activity is 50,000. Okay, so what we are left with is we have to find out the total cost, direct material, direct labor, overheads, total cost. That comes to 1,110,000. So what we are going to do is we are just going to divide with number of units which we have, basically. So in this case, number of seats. Number of seats are 50,000. So per unit it is coming as per unit. So the average cost per unit is 22.20 pound, right? So now we have the price per unit based upon the activity based costing. Requirement 2 is very simple. All we have to do is we have to decide what is going to be our price based on activity based costing. So we have a bid price which is based on activity based costing system, and based upon that we have already calculated, we have cost plus we're going to add the markup, and we have the price, which is basically our bid price. So cost we have already calculated, that was 1,110,000. Markup is basically 30% of the cost, and the total comes to 1,443,000. So this is the price which we are going to submit to Ford for 50,000 units. In requirement 3, all we have to do is we just have to find out what is the total cost as per traditional costing system. So this is simple. The direct material and direct labor remains the same. I'm posting directly from the previous requirement A. Figures are in pound. So we have 50,000. Direct labor, that was 500,000 pound. So over here, indirect cost or our overheads, we have been given, this is a traditional costing system, and the traditional costing system is based upon the direct labor hours. Overhead rate is already being given to us based upon the direct labor hours, which is 65 per direct labor hour, and for manufacturing of the baby seats, of course. And how many labor hours we require for manufacturing of this 50,000 baby car seats? We have been given this information that 10,000 direct labor hours are required. These are your direct labor hours. Okay, so that comes to 650,000. The total cost of order, we have to direct material, direct labor, indirect cost, taken everything together, that is 1,200,000 pounds. So let's find out that what is the cost per unit. We are dividing it with number of units. 50,000. This information is in units. For calculating the per unit cost, the total cost is already been given, which we have calculated. Average cost comes as 24. Since in this case the company is using cost plus markup approach for finding out the bid price, let's calculate the bid price as well using traditional system. So bid price is basically cost multiplied by markup, cost plus markup. So the cost is 1,200,000. Markup is 30%, that in total means 130% of your total cost. So bid price comes as £1,560,000. So this is what we are bidding for the 50,000 order from Ford. So now we have bid prices based upon activity-based costing and traditional costing system. And we can see that based upon activity-based costing, we have a bid price of 1,443,000, whereas based upon traditional costing system, we have a bid price of 1,560,000. So we can see that there is a difference of £117,000. The bid price is higher in case of a traditional costing system, and you know that in case of bidding, the lower your bid price is, the better you have the chances of getting the order. So if the company, the SAP company, if they have taken the decision based upon traditional costing system, this would have led to reduction in, or they could have, reduced the probability of company getting the order because the bid price would have been higher. Whereas in case of activity based costing, the probability of you getting the order is higher because the cost which you are submitting, or the price which you're submitting, your bid price, is lower as compared to traditional costing system.